Things to do in the greenhouse in the fall or in the winter. Hello, welcome to 7 Series Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. Time to clean up the greenhouse. This is something that you can do in the middle of winter. Things that you can do in the greenhouse in the middle of the winter. Over here I still have some of these growing because I covered it with plastic, but these other ones all over here I'm gonna try to clean up right now. Take everything out and just pile all the potting mix together to at least help it maintain its health and help the microorganisms and the worms continue to thrive in there. So I'm gonna combine them in a container. I'll show you that in a minute, but as you can see, most of them are gone, so we're gonna have to take all the dead plants out and then put the potting mix in one big container or a couple of big containers. That way it maintains the mass and it helps the plants continue to, or the microorganisms and the worms continue to thrive or come back a lot faster in the spring. So let's do this. So what I'm doing here is pulling out all the plants, the dead plants, or the plants that are gonna die soon, pulling them out, and then I'm covering it now with the leaves, covering the container with either the dead plants or any leaves that I have, just to maintain the at least protect the potting mix from the extreme temperatures, and also maintaining the moisture in there and help the worms and the microorganisms survive and continue thriving in there in the winter, and also prevent weeds from coming out once the temperature in the spring starts getting warmer. I don't have a lot of weeds coming out. So here is it. I just cover it with leaves, prevent weeds from coming out, and also maintain the moisture in there so that the microorganisms can continue thriving. So same thing I've done over here. Just cover it with layer, maybe 2 inches of leaves. That should be fine. So I emptied quite a few different containers. As you can see, these are the containers that I emptied right here. So I still have a few more to go. I did the same thing over here, just cover it with leaves. So the 2 containers cover with leaves, and now I'm gonna do the bigger 50-gallon container. That's gonna take quite a few containers. So I did the 50-gallon container. As you can see here, I didn't make a video for that. The battery died, and I didn't realize the battery died when I was working on it. But this is a 50-gallon container, and as you can see, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks now. As you can see, this all the plants that I put on it is broken down, and you can see the potting mix is nice and fresh over here. So it's gonna continue breaking down, and the microorganisms in there are gonna continue thriving. So what I did to improve it also was I just used the weed barrier to just cover the outside, because this is a white 50-gallon barrel. So I just to prevent light from getting into it and affecting the worms and stuff. So I just covered it with this, and it's inside the greenhouse, so it's gonna continue maintaining that temperature, and also helps the worms to come back and the microorganisms to survive and do well, and also help improve the soil of the potting mix. So you can see the other ones that I did all there. Most of the plants were taken off the containers, as you can see, but I still have a few that it was so cold at one point I just decided to abandon it. So I still have a few that I need to take it out of the containers over there. And over here we have these ones that are the same ones that I showed you before. The leaves have broken down, and I just have just this few over here that still have to be taken out of the containers. But you can see some of them, even though in the middle of the winter. I have this here is still surviving. Same with this over here. You have little stuff, herbs, and this one is salad mix, and so they're still surviving. So I have a few of the other ones that I'm gonna try to take a look at it and see if I can put them in here, in this plastic that I put over here on this side. Right now I don't really have much in there, so I just, you can see the herb is doing fine in here. The temperature in here is a little bit better, but I have nothing else over here. So I'm thinking of putting some winter crops in here, and see if I can get some stuff going over here throughout the winter. But the garden, the greenhouse, it's looking good. Still a little bit of work to do in here, but everything I clean out all the stuff that I could clean out, and let me just show you how cool it is in here now that there's no heat on anything. Look at the water that I put here turn into ice. That's what happens in over here when the temperature drops and everything goes below frozen. Even in the greenhouse, it still gets very cold. You can see this one, there's a little bit of ice there. Same with this over here. This is a little bit just a little bit of ice on top. It's not as much as the other one over there, which is underneath a couple of other things. This one's more exposed to sunlight, so it melts a little bit faster, but everything is frozen. Some of the stuff that I had here, I had some carrots in here, it's all gone. So but I have my containers in here that absorb the heat, and also try to maintain the temperature in here for the for all the potting mix that I have in here, for them to continue, the microorganisms and other stuff to continue thriving, so that way when they start using them later on for the garden, for growing stuff, they'll be much richer than what they were. I'm just gonna add a little bit more organic fertilizers to them before planting stuff to them, but it's gonna be much better because they didn't go through that freeze for a long period of time. Because in the greenhouse here, temperature doesn't fall as much as, and even if it falls, it wouldn't last that long, because during the day when the temperature the sunlight comes out, it heats up. You can see there's no heat in here, but you can see the temperature in this grow tent, sub-grow tent, or sub-grow green sub-grow shelf that I have here. You can see the temperature really nice and warm in there. So this is what I'm gonna use to start my seeds. Later on, I'm just gonna add some shelves. I have a few shelves. This is one of them. I have a couple of other shelves that I made. They're adjustable shelves that I'm gonna use to start my seeds. I'll see if I can put a link to that video here. I showed you how to make the shelf, and you can make a shelf like this that's adjustable. Use them for seed starting, and then transition to growing regular plants in your greenhouse or outside or anywhere that you want to grow stuff. So that is it for today. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified of any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Happy growing, and stay safe.